live stream. Please share, subscribe, hit that like button for me, and let's get to this live. The government shut down with military police in the streets. Now, I Pacific told you guys what they are doing. I told you guys that they were going to deploy military troops and that they are going to bring martial law. See, this is a joke to them. See, when it comes to American people, they don't care about American people now. Now, y'all got to understand, I told you guys, get ready for the crackdowns in the major cities, that they're going to crack down and they're going to bring in martial law. Now, October 1st was day one of the government shutdown. The impact of federal troops deploying in U.S. cities. Colorado representatives react to government shutdown. So it says, expert says expanded domestic use of military talk of civil wars deserve unity. As President Trump talks about fighting a war against the enemy within, we speak with a political scientist about the implications. And on day one of the government shutdown, we speak with our Washington reporters, Kim, also college campus, of lots of the big issues society grapples with, more cultural classes to the cost of living. The president of Colorado University offered potential solutions to those issues, and Colorado wondered on why this ritual airport is named Happy Button. Now I'm telling y'all, man, the government shutdown was the idea they planning to bring martial law. Now, I won't be surprised, you know what I mean, they would start doing curfew. See, I say this to you guys because the beast wants you to poke at them. They want a war. They want to escalate a war so you go out and fight, and so that they get permission to kill. Trump is actually given permission regarding these ICE agents to kill. Y'all not peeping the play here. Now let's get started. Let's roll this clip. Let's get started. We got a lot to discuss.
He'll deliver some remarks and take some questions. First, I just want to share remarks of my own. Democrats in Congress have officially shut down the United States government. House Republicans passed a nonpartisan, clean piece of legislation to extend current government funding until November 21st. But nearly every single Democrat senator voted against this bill. To be clear, this was the exact same bill that Democrats approved 6 short months ago in March, just adjusted for inflation. This is the same kind of clean funding bill that Democrats passed 13 separate times when they held the majority during Joe Biden's administration. So the American people woke up this morning and asked the obvious question: why is the government shut down right now? The answer is pure partisan.
We haven't asked for this shutdown. See, we American people, we have never asked for them to shut this down. The representatives, we see when it comes to the House of Representatives of Republicans, they own the House. They own the House. So when it comes to the Democrats don't own the House. It's the Republicans that own the House. It's the Republicans that's doing this. So y'all gotta use y'all discernments, man. They saying that they running out of funds, but yet Trump is deploying martial law on this government shutdown. Y'all gotta peep the play, man. They're gonna do a national, you know what I mean, a national shutdown where they're gonna do a nationwide crackdown in the United States. So why is it they say that they don't have no funds for American people, but they funding these ICE agents? They hired 10,000 of these ICE agents, and you mean to tell me they run out of funds? That's the best thing they can say. See, I've been telling you guys, our future's at stake. America can't carve out a future. Cause you about to see she don't have a future for herself. See, they're gonna hold on, a ruling because the ruling days is over, but they're gonna hold on. And see, this is gonna mean bloodshed, plenty of bloodshed. You're gonna see. America going to have to eventually pack up and concentrate on Europe. They got to concentrate on that continent of Europe. Or else they're going to end up concentrating on their death instead of their life. Because if they can't concentrate on Europe for their future, then they're going to have to concentrate on their death instead of their life. See, they can no longer enslave black people. We can no longer be the target. Black people are the target in America. We are no threat. We don't pose no threat to them. But they think that we are a threat in their eyes. Now let's go.
In politics being played by the Democrat Party. The Democrats shut down the government because President Trump and the Republicans will not force American taxpayers to pay for free health care for illegal aliens. America is $37 trillion in debt. We cannot afford to provide taxpayer-funded free health care to illegals who broke the law to end.
See, they don't want to help out immigration. See, this is what this is about. This is what this is about, right? So now they say they run out of funds because they don't want to give immigration nothing. They want to send immigration back to their country. So what do that means? That means that they can focus on targeting black people. If they move out immigration, then the focus will be on black Americans. Y'all gotta kind of use y'all discernment here, man. Because this is a target for black people, man. Let's go.
Our country. To put this all into perspective, the Democrats refuse to keep the government open over health care to illegal aliens and now have jeopardized critical health care programs for American citizens instead. The Women, Infants, and Children program, community health center funding, Medicare treatment options, and other health programs are now all at risk because of the Democrats rejecting the clean CR. The most vulnerable in our country are being punished because the Democrats want to prioritize illegals over American citizens. And if Democrats actually cared about health care, they would applaud the actions taken by President Trump just yesterday in the Oval Office. He took a bold and massively popular action to improve our healthcare system. He announced the first agreement with a major pharmaceutical company, Pfizer, to lower drug costs for Americans. This is a historical achievement long sought by past Democrat presidents that Also yesterday, while the Democrats were whining about health care for illegal aliens, President Trump signed a powerful executive order to supercharge American AI innovation and unlock cures for pediatric cancer patients in the United States. While President Trump took action to lower drug prices and improve the lives and the care of American children with cancer, again, Democrats are fighting to give health care benefits to illegal aliens. The Trump administration is fully committed.
I'm not changing the damn battery. So leave me alone with that damn battery. I'm not changing that damn battery. If you don't want to be on this live, go take your ass somewhere else. Now, to those that want to be on the live, I got an announcement. Now, during the government shutdown, Trump wants to use the U.S. cities as a military training ground. Can judge stop him? Now, during this lockdown, I'm telling you guys, why is it military troops is on ground? I told y'all, when y'all look in the very beginning of 2026, they're going to go nationwide. They're going to do a crackdown nationwide, y'all. They are going to do a curfew. They want y'all to go out there to be a fool, so that way they can demand a curfew, and that way it can give them reason to shoot, to kill. Y'all not hearing me, man. So it says, according to CNN report, it says we should use some of the dangerous cities as training grounds for the military. President Trump said Tuesday, citing Los Angeles important as examples now. And a question of whether Trump has the authority to deploy federal troops to enforce a law under the Ninth Court appeal. Now it says President Trump warns the country top-ranking military official Tuesday that they could be headed to war with the U.S. citizens, signaling a major escalations and ongoing legal battles over his authority to deploy soldiers to police American streets. Now, be a fool if you want to go out there, because Trump already sending a signal for these ICE agents to kill and ask questions later. Now, Trump wants this war. And the reason why, Republicans shut this thing down, because if we look at the Jeff Epstein list, so many people was talking about that. Now they want to sweep that under the rug. I'm telling y'all right now, they're gonna sweep that Epstein list under the rug. That's the reason why Trump, is doing this government shutdown, because that's going to be the talk. And we can't focus on the main issue. See, the people was talking about this Epstein list, who is on these Epstein files. And that didn't set too well with Trump, man. So Trump decided, well, we're going to just go on. We're going to continue to hammer in. We're going to do these major cuts. I'm telling you, man, y'all voted for Trump. Now I'm letting y'all see. Because everyone's going to feel the domino effect. Every American's going to feel the domino effect. Y'all got to ask yourself, why put a man in office when he don't have the heart of American people? This is the man that said America will become great again. This is the man that says 24 hours, I could stop the war. This is the man that simply lied to you and says gas prices is down. Groceries is down. See, this is the man that lied to you from the very beginning. During his inauguration day, there was nothing done when he went to the Middle East. Them foraging leaders was laughing at Trump because America, they don't have power anymore to exercise the Middle East. She is on her way out. And this means bloodshed, plenty of it. See, when it comes to white America, they can never carve out a future for you. Hell, she don't even have a future for herself. They're on their way out. They're going to have to pack up. See, they're going to have to concentrate on that continent of Europe for their future, or else concentrate on their death instead of their life. See, they can no longer rule the black man here. So you're going to see chaos in the streets, people fighting, and see Trump is hiring military troops. They tell y'all they don't have no more funding because all the funding is going to go on the military, ICE agents. Y'all got to peep the play, man. Y'all got to peep the play because they coming with a mind to slaughter us. Haven't I said it? They're about to do curfew next because they know it's going to get out of hand. See, the beast wants you to poke at them. They know this thing going to get out of hand. So according to reports, now, President Donald Trump warns the country's top-ranking military official Tuesday that they could be heading to war with the U.S. citizens, signal a major escalation, an ongoing legal battle over his authority to deploy soldiers to police American streets. What they are doing now is to go to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. They are a very unsafe place, and we are going to straighten them out one by one, Trump says. Now listen to this. An address to top, according to these reports, it says that's a war. It's a war from within. Now let's go. It says command to use American cities as a training ground, the president says. Trump words provoked an instant pushback. Oregon has already filed a legal challenge, and experts expressed concerns that what the president described is against the laws. He is suggesting that they learn how to become warriors in American cities. Now, former general counsels at the national security agencies who head the legal teams at a national security leader for America. That should scare everyone. It's also boldly illegal. Now, Trump knows that this is illegal, sending National Guards to Oregon. Like Portland, Oregon got a military base. Like some of these major cities got a military base. It's against the constitutional law of what Trump is doing. So when the laws is not made for you and I, see, the laws is made not for the righteous, but for the unrighteous, the ungodly, the unholy, the irreligious, those who killed their mothers and fathers, for the murderers, for the homosexuals, for the perjurers, and for whatever we see is contrary to the sound of doctrines. The laws, brothers and sisters, doesn't supply our needs. Now, according to these reports, the use of soldiers to assist with federal immigration, raid, and crowds control at protests, and otherwise enforce civilians' laws have been a point of contentions with big cities, mayors, and blue state governors for months, beginning with the deployment of thousands of federalized National Guard troops and hundreds of Marines to Los Angeles in early June. That deployment was illegal. A federal judge ruled last month. And a scorching 52-page decision, U.S. District Court Judge Charles barred soldiers under Trump command from carrying out law enforcement duties across California, warning a national police force with the president as its chief. Now, the Most High God ain't playing with these people. They doing things that is unlawful. And I said the Most High God is not playing with these kind of people. They are law breakers. They don't stand on the Constitution. So should no one have any sympathy for America? This is why God comes, to straighten out this crookedness, to move this wicked, rubbish white man. As we all can see, white man's world, but it's dying. In order for this old world to die out, God will have to move this old wicked world and to bring in a new world. See, the new world can't come in unless the old world pass. We are at a time now. See, it's too late for America to repent. Because we see when it comes to America, she won't do the right thing. See, the doing of justice will have checked their fall. See, God can prolong their time. See, God can put a great extension of time. See, this is why Jesus says, you giving a believer, a sister or brother, a drink of water, and that's going to be a good act. See, God can prolong their time. See, God can put a great extension of time, because we see no good act goes without its reward. But America, she is not willing, and she's not willing to do justice. Let's go.
To lowering healthcare costs and advancing policies that will save American lives. But right now, we need to keep the government open and funded. And individuals and organizations across the political spectrum, across the country, agree with the Trump administration and Republicans. The labor union leader, the Teamsters, Sean O'Brien, sent a very blunt message to Democrats over their destructive antics. He said American workers are not bargaining chips. Senators need to stop screwing around and pass the House-passed clean short-term funding bill. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the world's largest business organization, called to immediately pass the Republican clean CR, saying, quote, shutdowns are harmful to the economy, the American people, and our national security. And even Democrat Senators Cortez Masto and Fetterman acknowledged that their party is betraying the American people with this costly and chaotic Democrat shutdown. Enough is enough. Democrats need to stop sabotaging our country and holding the American people hostage in the country. Democrats need to do their jobs. The American people want the government reopened, and this is proven in a new New York Times poll showing that 2 in 3 Americans say the government should not be shut down by the Democrats, even if their absurd demands are not met. The president and Republicans are working very hard to reopen the federal government. The vice president here has been crucial in this effort. We encourage all Americans across the country, call your Democrat senators and encourage them to reopen the government. That's what President Trump and the vice president want to do. And with that, I will turn it over to our great vice president, J.D. Vance.
Great. Well, thank you, Carolina, and good afternoon to everybody, and good afternoon to everybody who's watching at home. It's a tough act to follow, but let me just say a few things, then I'll take a few questions. Number one, Democrats say that they...
You know, I want to say this to my viewers, man. I love you guys, man. And I got to say what's truth. Because there's a lot of people actually come visit my channel. I say this to say this. All of us are in this condition. All of us are facing this time. And see, I don't want y'all to be out to do anything crazy, because that's something that they will want you to do. They want you to lose your minds. They want you not to think. But I've been telling you guys, I've been warning you that America, they don't have a future for you. And you're starting to see. So y'all gotta use your discernments and think logic. Why are they doing this to us? What have we done? America can never be first. Because we can see that friendship is being her doom. No one wants to sit with her no more. And since no one wants to do her bidding anymore, she's at this position where we finna see a fallout. Now, Trump he's applying a lot of pressure in Russia with these sanctions, China with these tariffs, you know, and we can be almost at a war that they're not going to tell us. Can we be at a war with Russia and then all of a sudden we see a shutdown and all of a sudden they can pack up and leave us in the middle of nowhere? Because that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. See, I say this to you guys. See, Satan here to steal. They here to steal. They stealing all our funds, y'all. They taking away Social Security, that $4.6 billion of FEMA, they snatch. Look how they putting cuts on healthcare, Medi-Cal. Y'all gonna see and realize that y'all gonna have to pay high cost of this Medi-Cal. I'm telling you how things gonna be, y'all. They're not for American people. We vote for these people and we thinking that they're gonna have a change of hearts. America first. But we don't see it. I've been telling y'all that we are no more use to them. Because they don't have no interest for us. And we are not a use anymore. Y'all gotta use your discernment and just see. These pledges are coming here. Storm after storm, y'all. See, we serve a God that's active. See, God got real physical eyes and ears. He's capable of seeing. and hearing what they say and seeing what they do. See, the wicked, see, they're all thyroid God's plan and purpose. They always think that they are mightier than God till he comes. The wicked, I said, they can never, and I mean never, perceive. Let's go.
They care a lot about lowering healthcare costs. And yet, when the president took historic action to work with the drug companies to lower prescription drug prices, the Democrats did nothing to help us. In fact, we would have loved to have the Democrats helping us, but they didn't. They talk about doing something. They don't actually do the hard work of making it happen. What they have done instead is to shut down the government because we won't give billions of dollars to healthcare funding for illegal aliens. That is what has actually happened. To the American people who are watching, the reason your government is shut down at this very minute is because, despite the fact that the overwhelming majority of congressional Republicans...
See, Trump hate immigration. Remember 2016, Trump was trying to build that wall. Trump was trying to get rid of immigration. I'm going to say it like this. Who is they to say that who can't come here and who cannot? A lot of people that come to America, they want to make themselves fit. A lot of people is dealing with, mid-rate crisis in a home. Look at Libya. 50,000 people died in that flood. You think Libya can come here? See, look at Haitian. You think Haitian people can come here? No. So how dare they say that you can't come here? See, this is about, not helping. See, America don't have the hearts or the needs of the people. And this is why we're about to see America's downfall. You're about to see God in action. You're about to see a fallout with America. Because America, they don't have no good hearts in them. It's like they want everyone to suffer. But the time is coming that God will free us and the meek shall inherit this earth. Because he's going to give this back to us. But we got to learn how to be patient. We got to learn how to be vigilant. We got to learn how to be self. First. We got to think for self first. We got to do for self first. God is going to give this back to us. Have patience. Because he's going to give this back to us. See, our forefathers, ancestors, they died here. America owes us.
And even a few moderate Democrats supported opening the government. The Chuck Schumer AOC wing of the Democratic Party shut down the government because they said to us, we will open the government, but only if you give billions of dollars of funding for health care for illegal aliens. That's a ridiculous proposition.
The funny thing when someone say you delusional, I want to say this, man. A person say you delusional, their mama, they mama had, had that person on the wrong side of the bed, man. They was born, I tell you, man. These people that come here, man, want to say something bad to you, like you don't know what you're saying, man. But they was in their mama's breast for too long, man. They came out as a Down syndrome baby, man. I'm sorry, man. But this might not just be for you. They wanted to say that you don't know what you're talking about. But I've been telling y'all what's finna happen to America. What's finna happen to our people. See, God hates the American white race. And he's going to threaten to remove them from the face of this earth. So you have to decide which God you going to serve. You going to serve the God of freedom, justice, and equality, or you going to serve that old satanic, which has brought us in this kind of condition? Our people in a worse state of condition. Right in the South, you can go right in the South and witness that our people are living in a worse condition. Place boarded up, stinking. Children are coming up suffering from malnutrition. Children are suffering from diseases, all behind this wicked devil that can just do all the ill he possibly can. So the country can never be said to be the white man's own. And I don't have no sympathy for you, what God came here to do. Because God said, don't have no more sympathy for these people. Come out of her, my people. Come out of her. This means we got to come out from white America and her people. Because the more you feel as you equal, you have rights. The more you want to integrate with the enemy, the more God's going to destroy you. We cannot befriend the murderers. See, God is bringing in a separation. We must be separate. Every man must go to his own. And we can agree on that. Every man must go to his own. Whether you're white, black, brown, red, yellow. Everyone can agree that it's time now that we can go free. Because it's going to get to that point. Let's go.
Let me say two other quick things, and then again, I'll take some questions. Number one, we all understand that Democrats and Republicans have policy disagreements. Democrats want to do things. Look, when Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries were in here a couple of days ago, they made some suggestions, and the president was more than happy to say, yes, let's sit down and talk about how we can solve the healthcare crisis that we inherited from the Biden administration. But it's one thing to say that we should...
I'm going to say it like this. Whether you dislike it or not, your people are going to die. Your people are going to suffer for the 400 years of slavery what our people went through. Now, I don't care. Y'all always talk about a damn Barry. I don't care about what you're talking about. It doesn't concern me. Because these people are fierce. See, when your people are so fierce, when you ain't got a pot to piss in, nor a window to throw it out of, you better be careful of what you say to me. Because calling God messenger a liar mean calling God a liar. See, the people of Noah was mockers. The people of Lot was mockers. The people of Moses. See, they didn't see the coming rain when it started to rain in the day of Noah. See, America don't pay no attention to the sign of the hour of her judgment. These people don't pay no attention to the hour of the judgment. Just as it was a repetition of ancient Babylon. See, if you like to be caught in a snare, as he set the snare for ancient Babylon. See, Jeremiah 50:24. America is in the same snare as ancient Babylon was. God is saying, come out of her, my people. We can never learn from our ways. Because death has come. Let's go.
Solve the healthcare healthcare crisis for Americans. It's another thing to say that we're going to shut down the government unless we give the Democrats every single thing that they want, which, as Caroline says, includes giving billions of dollars of taxpayer funding for healthcare for illegal migrants. That's ridiculous. You don't have policy disagreements that serve as the basis for a government shutdown. Let's have the conversation about how to fix American healthcare, about how to make healthcare more accessible. As the president showed, he's more than willing to act on behalf of the American people for this very reason. What you don't do is say, unless you do exactly what we want to do as congressional Democrats, we're taking a hostage. And the hostage, it turns out, is critical, essential services that the American people need. Caroline talked about some of it. Let me talk about some more. Our troops are not getting paid starting today because of the Chuck Schumer wing of the Democratic Party. We have people who require food assistance, low-income Americans who require food assistance, who will not get it unless we reopen the government, thanks to Chuck Schumer and...
Nah, thanks to the Republican Party. See, they don't care if you don't eat. They don't care if you got children. See, America, see, they don't even care about their own people, man. See, these are your House of Representatives. The Republicans is doing this, man. They own the House. We not far from stupid. We're not dumb. They want you to think that you dumb, that you don't know what's going on. These people are breaking every principle. They become a lawless to themselves. Lawbreakers. And they're going to face every consequences. You can lie to us, acting like, oh, it's the Democrat. Keep on lying. Keep lying to us. And watch what God do to you.
And his wing of the Democratic Party. We have flood insurance. As we start hurricane season in the southeastern part of our country, that flood insurance is going to disappear because of Chuck Schumer and the far left of the Democratic Party. We need to reopen the government.
It's not Chuck doing this, y'all. The Democrat is not doing this. This is the Republican Party's doing this. Snatching away funding. Taking away FEMA for you. They don't even know they want to put FEMA back. I'm telling you, he's a manipulator. He's a liar. He's an excessive liar. The devil here to steal, kill, and destroy. Taking away your future for you. Making things complicated. They want you to act out. There's starting to be too many people. See, did Pharaoh have that thought? There's starting to be too many people. And we need to kill some of them. Too many people here, man. And they don't like the idea of it. They need to kill some. There's starting to be too many people and they can't feed you. So they want to say that they're out of funds. These people, I say, they got blood in their hands. God has remembered their iniquity. Their sins have reached all into the heavens. See, the government walls is filled with blood. And America has to pay a price that she has to pay for the wrongdoing. The Most High God ain't playing with these people anymore. Let's go.
Let's fix America's problems. Let's work together to solve them. But let's reopen the government before we have our negotiation about healthcare policy. That's what the American people demand, and that's certainly what the President of the United States wants. Let me make one final point. I think a lot of Americans are asking themselves, why did this happen? Why did the Democrats shut down the government despite, as Caroline said, voting on the exact same piece of legislation 6 months ago? And there are a lot of different spins that we could put on it, a lot of different answers that we could give, all of them true. One answer I already gave is that they want to give health care benefits to illegal aliens. That is true. They gave us legislative text that would have undone us cutting off health care benefits for illegal aliens. That's one of the things that they asked for. But the reality here, and let's be honest about the politics, is that Chuck Schumer is terrified she's going to get a primary challenge from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The reason why the American people's government is shut down is because Chuck Schumer is listening to the far-left radicals in his own party because he's terrified of a primary challenge. So I'd invite Chuck Schumer to join the moderate...
See, if I was Chuck Schumer, I will be terrified because how much power and dominant these Republican Party is, the GOP. See, the Republic, they ain't made no effort to negotiate. They make no effort, man. They got this one ugly, big, beautiful bill, and we don't know what's all in that bill, but we know partial what's in that bill. And I'm telling you, man, these people, they're not going to let up, man. Because what Trump want to do, he want to destroy all the American people. He want to end healthcare. He want to end all this stuff. He want y'all to pay taxes on your Medicare and your Medicaid. He wants y'all to pay taxes on that. Y'all think y'all gonna have a good, income tax year? Oh, just think about it, man. Just think about what Trump is trying to do, man. They want all Democrats asking for, to keep, the Obamacare, man. They want to take all the Obamacare, look, man, it's about to expire, y'all. It just don't make sense, man. They don't even want to bring in jobs for us. They want the middle class, to suffer. Matter of fact, they want to probably knock out the middle class. This is why our trouble must be solved. So the God of righteousness, the God of freedom and justice, our problem must be solved. Let's go.
Democrats and 52 Senate Republicans do the right thing.
Yeah, I understand the bill was passed. But when we talk about bipartisanship, the Democrat is asking, well, we can't agree on what's in that one ugly, big, beautiful bill. They're not agreeing on it. And then you got the Republican Party, they're not agreeing with the Democrat on what they want. They're asking to keep the Obamacare so that American, can afford the health care. But one thing that the Republicans against when it comes to legal immigration, they don't see the Democrat, what they saying, Republicans saying on the Democrat, they saying that we don't want the Democrat funding these, legal immigration. They don't want that. So here we are. Both parties not agreeing with each other. So now we see a shutdown. Now, the question is, how long will we be in the shutdown? That's the question. You're about to see a fallout here. They say one thing. They say, well, we ain't got no more funds. You hear the funds that they don't have no more. America got enough, paper to wipe they, a-hole with. They got enough bread to wipe their a-hole with, man. They got enough bread to go around, man. But they want to steal people hard earnings, man. My God ain't watching. My God ain't seeing this. Play if you want to. And watch what God do. Because the Most High God ain't playing with these people.
Open up the people's government, and then let's fix healthcare policy for the American people. Questions?
Mr. Vice President.
That's a lot. Matt Boyle.
Okay. Mr. Vice President, there's two key Democrat lies I would like to get your take on and see if you can address. The first is that you're seeing a number of top Democrat leaders, from Kamala Harris to Chuck Schumer to Hakeem Jeffries, claim that it is a Republican shutdown caused by Trump. The second is that they're out there now claiming that they don't want to give health care to illegal aliens. Can you address both of those lies from the Democrat Party?
5 ways AI will save your internal newsletter and your sanity. Let's be real. Internal news.
Yeah, so on the point that it's a Republican shutdown, look, it's obviously a Democratic shutdown. Just look at the vote totals in the House, look at the vote totals in the Senate, and look at the President of the United States' own action and conduct throughout this crisis. Nearly every single House Republican voted to open the government, Matt. Nearly every single Senate Republican voted to open the government last night, and even to their credit, a few moderate Democrats voted to open the government. That's not a Republican shutdown when nearly every single Senate Democrat votes to shut it down and every Republican voted to open it up. It's just obviously not true. Now, you can disagree about a number of things, but you can't disagree about the obvious fact that Republicans voted to open the government. The president stands ready to sign that opening of the government. We just need a few more Democrats to join us in that effort to open the government. Your final question about illegal alien benefits. Look, the text is very clear, and I even saw, I think it was George Stephanopoulos in an interview with Mike Johnson, did a fact check that was totally rooted in baseless claims. It was basically Democrat propaganda. If you look at the legislative text that they gave us, they tried to turn on two.
Now, ask yourself, man, do the Republicans want to open the government? Because they in power, y'all. They don't, man, they playing this game, y'all. Because look, man, they trying to say Trump, you know what I mean, from these Epstein files, man. Trump is, every time they talk about this Epstein list, Trump goes furious, man. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say it like this, y'all. Trump don't have too long, y'all. With his health, he don't have too long. You know what I mean? Keep playing this game. Cause Trump don't have long, man. Trump don't, he's on the verge of deteriorating. He's declining. He's up in age, man. He don't have long, man. So how long the game's gonna be played? You know, how long they can keep playing this game? Cause Trump don't have long, y'all. He don't have long. You know, I'm gonna say it like that. He don't have long, you know what I mean, to even live, man. So don't surprise me what, you know what I mean, what his plans is. See, Trump is using tactic, strategy. They're using this kind of strategy on us, man. Because he don't have long. But yeah, I agree. They need the Democrat votes, but the Democrat, they're not gonna look, man. I want y'all to think for a second. The Democrat, if it's not talking about what can we do with healthcare, because look, y'all, everybody, all Americans need healthcare. We need our healthcare, y'all. When they trying to take healthcare away from us, y'all. See what Trump is doing, trying to put taxes on it for y'all to pay y'all Medicare and Medicare. That's what Trump is trying to do, man. And they playing the game because how long this government be shut down, how long we gonna see the domino effect, y'all. People without paychecks. And it's like we scared to march to this White House. This thing, if you get millions of people marching to that White House to fight for freedom, justice, and equality. If we can go to this White House and fight and bring up a fight, that's what we got to do, man. That's exactly what we got to do, man. There's got to be millions storming to that Capitol. Just like on that January 6th, of that insurrection, on that January 6th insurrection, that's exactly what we got to do. We got to demand what we want, man. But that's what Trump will want. He wants the chaos. You know how many people will die just to stand up for what is right today. But that's what Trump wants. But see, we got a God that's gonna come. Because when it comes to bloodshed, people dying in the streets through violence, see, they at the end of the day, they never kill as many people as God. You can pretty much line everything up from Hitler, Genghis Khan, Tabla Khan, Tamerlane, Vladimir Putin, from Ronald Reagan, from Hitler. You can line them all up. Trump. They never killed as many people as God. See, God kills people and destroys people out of his love for righteousness. And he hates us when we refuse to bow down. Now let's go.
Separate provisions that would give health care benefits to illegal aliens. Number one, if you're an American citizen, you've been to a hospital in the last few years, you probably noticed that wait times are especially large, and very often somebody who's there in the emergency room waiting is an illegal alien, very often a person who can't even speak English. Why do those people get health care benefits at hospitals paid for by American citizens? The answer is a decision made by the Biden administration that the Trump administration, working with congressional Republicans, undid. We turned off that money spigot to health care funding for illegal aliens. The Democrats, in their legislative text, want to turn it back on. That's one thing. The second thing, Matt, is we all know that there are various ways in which the Biden administration waved away illegal immigration status. They gave parolees, they gave asylum claims to people who weren't really claiming asylum. And when they waved the magic wand of amnesty, giving millions of people legal status, even though they were in the country illegally, they also gave those people access to health care benefits. So what the Democrats are engaging in is a sleight of hand. They're saying, no. Those weren't illegal aliens who were getting health care benefits, even though everybody, knows they were in the country illegally. It's a lie told by the Democrats that they're not trying to give health care benefits to illegal aliens. It's a lie that is obviously untrue if you just look at the text that they gave us, and all you have to do is understand that this is about...
Look, it's obvious that America offers the most lewdness of characters come out of Europe to make themselves a home here. Now, they don't have no say. They don't have no power to say who can come and who cannot come here. Y'all came here to steal this land from the native Indians. We know what y'all did. Now, I don't feel sorry what's going to come on this. I don't feel sorry for these people. All the evil they doing and they put it right in our face today, God has remembered your iniquities. America has become cursed. America is a wicked land. You see everyone against the other. Robbery, murder, rape, drug addiction, we see is only the law and order that's respected. So when it comes to America, America don't fit the needs of American people. She don't even have no place to shelter you, house you, feed you. That's why we see today she is in this position. A divine judgment is coming to America. And see, this whole shutdown, Trump is sending military police because they want to fund the police. They want to fund the Marines. And I've been telling you and warning you that they come with an army to slaughter us while you are programmed for destruction. That's what they doing, is programming you for destruction. Take it or let it alone.
Who benefits?
You can easily use talent elements anywhere you are in the world. If we have updates that we
think the American people's government ought to benefit American citizens. The Democrats are willing to shut it down to benefit illegal aliens. The contrast couldn't be more clear. Peter.
Thank you, Vice President Vance. The big holdup is, of course, that you guys say illegal immigrants are getting taxpayer-funded health care. Democrats say you're lying. That makes it feel like it could be a really long shutdown. Is this going to be a long shutdown?
You know, I don't know. I can't predict what congressional Democrats are going to do, Peter, but I actually don't think it's going to be that long of a shutdown. This is a pure guess from the Vice President of the United States, because I think you already saw some evidence that moderate Democrats are cracking a little bit. They understand the fundamental illogic of this. Look, for years, every single one of us, we can remember Barack Obama on the White House lawn. We can remember Chuck Schumer. We can remember, Nancy Pelosi for years. In Chuck Schumer's case, for literally decades, we've heard them say, you don't shut the government down over a policy disagreement. Okay, Republicans think this thing about healthcare, that thing about healthcare. Democrats think this thing about immigration. Republicans disagree. Whatever those disagreements are, you don't shut down the government over it. For the first time since the Democrats have been in politics, they are now saying that unless we get every policy item that we demand, we're going to shut down the people's government. They're trying to take a hostage, and we're not going to let them.
And the administration announced today that $18 billion bound for New York transportation projects is going to be frozen, so it can't go to DEI programs there. But the timing of this, does announcing that today mean that you guys are going to squeeze Chuck Schumer's home state until...
Now, I want to say this to you guys. I'm not with the Republican Party. I'm not with them cutting down on our Medi-Cal, Medicare, cutting down, on rent, food stamps and all that, making it hard for American people. I'm not with all that. But we gotta use our discernment, fam. And we gotta think for self. We gotta learn how to do for self. Ain't nobody gonna do for us. Ain't nobody haven't been did for us. I've been saying this for a long time, that we got to think for self and do for self. We got to learn how to crop. We got to learn how to make our own food. We can't rely on them to help us anymore. All that money that stole, the least thing that they can do is give us our restitution they owe us. Now, when I look at the earth speeding up, and it's speeding at a rapid pace, that's because of the wickedness that these evil doers are doing, speeding up process. See, when I look at the earth atmosphere is speeding up as though a revelation has been revealed. And see, when I see earthquakes is on its way, and I see things is boiling up, and it's not going to boil until it boils down to the last dread. Earthquakes and tsunamis is here. And see, when we see the end of America, we'll see showers of brimstone. Fire will appear on the land. And this will be the sign of you as an end of you. So let's not make no mistakes about this. An end is coming to this world. An end of you as a power. And we know that we coming to an end of it all. See, they want us dead. But this is why God comes. To straighten this out. This is why he comes. In the midst of time. See, it was the God that brought a pillar of fire and by a pillar of cloud, that it was God that directed the children of Israel. But we see, however, they end up into some places that they didn't like. So they mammal and complain against God. I wonder why God didn't leave us down here. But you was just complaining just to get released from Egypt. And Pharaoh, being the hard taskmaster that he is. See, the white man, being a hard taskmaster that he is, he's not willing to let you go. He's not willing to get you anything. See, at some point, America is going to render this as Pharaoh did. See, till they see all of a divine pledge, see, that's when America going to pack up. That's when she's going to give up. That's when we're going to see the break of this country falling, as they call it, fallout. You see the stock market is going up and down. You see there's a lull before the storm. And see, the storms can be laid every hour. But it has to be entirely up to them to make good this day. America will have to make good this day. To prolong her time. But many scientists, my brothers and sisters, I want y'all to listen. Many scientists think it's too late for this demand because of God's intervention was set to destroy her. It's too late for them to ask for forgiveness. And this is why scientists is coming out saying it's too late for this demand. That's why we seeing things approaching. Now I just want y'all to use y'all discernment here. Will America repent? And I've been telling you, I doubt it much. I doubt that they will ever repent. Because it's not in their nature. They're not a forgiving people. So that God can prolong their time. See, God can put extension of time. But they not a forgiving people. I want y'all to know and see these people for who they are. Let's go.
Look, I haven't talked to Russ about this morning, but look, I'm sure that Russ is heartbroken about the fact that he's unable to give certain things to certain constituencies. We want to do everything that we can to help the American people, but when the Democrats shut down the government, we have to actually do a little triage to make sure the most critical and most essential services are provided. The government does a lot of things. Of course, Republicans think that the federal government probably does too much, but there are a lot of critical things the federal government does that absolutely all of us would agree need to do. Our troops need to get paid. Our air traffic controllers need to make sure that people are flying safely and on time. We need low-income people to be able to access the food services that are provided by the federal government. There are critical things that need to be saved. We're going to do everything that we can over the coming weeks, if the shutdown lasts that long, to ensure that people get the essential services that they need, despite the fact that Chuck Schumer has shut down the federal government. It's not going to be perfect because we are in a government shutdown. We are going to have to lay some people off if the shutdown continues. We don't like that. We don't necessarily want to do it, but we're going to do what we have to keep the American people's.
Now, I don't understand why they make it so complicated. They're not even for the American people. Okay, if you for the American people, you'll find a way. I don't care. They can do a, you know what I mean, a partial. You know what I mean, where they can keep the economy running. So they decide what they can do next, man. These people is not, man. Y'all gonna see, man. Y'all gonna see sooner or later that these people is not never for the American people, man. Y'all stop voting for these people. I've been telling y'all stop voting for these damn people, man. Because what have the Democrats and Republicans done? We know Joe Biden, you know what I mean, he failed us. He failed to bring the troops back from Afghanistan war. 13 of the American soldiers was bombed through that suicide bombing. And then we're looking at the Trump administration. Neither Republicans, Democrats have done anything to solve our problems. But y'all still run to the poll. Y'all still vote for these people. And these people don't even have the heart for the American people. They don't even have no interest anymore. We are not a we are no more a youth. We're not a youth, man. They don't want to deal with us anymore. This judgment, I've been saying, don't have nothing to do with us, man. And I know white people are furious, man. When things is coming on their people, I know they are furious, man. There's about 8 of y'all left, man. 8 of y'all that's left must be white. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean, do this hateful teachings, but I'm just trying to reason with you. You got to start building a relationship with God. Because I only see a remnant of them will be saved. Hear me. A remnant of them will be saved. But the majority are going down and are taking the fight chance of it and deceiving you and I. Listen, they're only a remnant of them will be saved. Some of them can practice goodness, but it's not in their nature to practice good. So listen again. There only a remnant of them can be saved. But you see, the majority are going down.
Essential services continuing to run. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you for being here. Yesterday, President Trump said, as a result of the shutdown, we'll be laying off a
No, I don't vote. I don't vote for any party. I stopped voting a long time ago. So in other words, y'all don't need to go back to these polls and vote, man. Quit voting for these white rulers because they haven't done nothing. Told y'all, man. This is the most serious election. Because neither party that seeks the presidency is faced with saving the life of American people. Y'all seeing this right now. Neither party that seeks the presidency are faced of saving the life of American people. They don't have no interest of you. You are no use, man. They laying off 100,000 of people, man. And once you see 100,000, you're going to see up to 750,000 people without work, man. And they can't even tell you how long they're going to be. That's sad. That's all bad, y'all. I told you, once the government shuts down, it's going to be hard to try to get it back open. I told y'all that. So fasten your seatbelt, man. Enjoy this ride, because I'm only putting my trust in God, because I know that He has to come. I don't put my trust, on these people. I don't trust the white man. I never had trust the white man. What the Honorable Elijah Muhammad been teaching us, saying that the white man is a devil. And the white man was made to be destroyed. That's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. There is no heaven waiting for them. Hell is an appointed place. I want you to know what we up against. A U.S. government and see, you got to understand how America failed you, how this government failed you, and how this Christianity failed you. See, when you go into church, church today is like a disco. All shouting and entertaining. It's not real teachings. Church is like a time machine. We can go back and rewind time. They're not talking about what's going on. You ought to hear what's going on in our world. Church become a fashion show. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Most of these churches you see, they fund by the government. So what's going to happen now? If the government can't support these churches, see, get out of these churches and get into the real religion of Islam. Because Islam is a full-time submission. You can't play with this religion. So that's why when it comes to America, see, America got all of this religious of the most ignorant faiths we see. You got all this denomination. You got, that's why you got this Christian nationalism. That's why you see a nation is divided. Christianity can't give you starvation. Christianity can't give you hope. But to keep us in slavery. Let's go.
A lot of people that are going to be very affected, and the Democrats, they are going to be Democrats. Has the administration asked agencies to target federal workers who they believe to be Democrats in these reductions of forces?
We're not targeting federal agencies based on politics. We're targeting the people's government so that as much as possible of the essential services can continue to function. That is the question the president has asked the entire government, is fundamentally, okay, we're in a shutdown. That causes some problems. The troops aren't getting paid. There's nothing that we can do about that while the government is shut down. But there are essential services that we want to make sure as much.
Did he just say the government shut down and the troops are not getting paid? The troops are on the ground. The troops is on the ground. They just hired 10,000 ICE agents. I don't never believe these lies. They using fabricated lies to lie to the people, man. See, in 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 9, it says that God will use the powerful illusion so that you can believe all the lies you heard. And all these lies you are hearing. You are hearing these fabricated lies they saying to you. They're not saying what's truth. I'm telling y'all, I've been telling y'all in the last video, very beginning of 2006, y'all about to see some curfews, man. They're gonna denounce curfews, man, because they know, look, what Trump is doing, deploying, he's doing what is unlawful. Deploying, military troops. And I'm telling you, they ordering martial law, y'all. I'm telling you what Trump is doing. What Trump is doing, he's doing things unlawful. And this is why the Most High God has to come. Because what they doing is unlawful.
Much as possible, they still continue to function. That is the principle that's driving us forward during this shutdown. It's going to continue to be the principle that drives us forward. But let's be honest. If this thing drags on for another few days, or God forbid another few weeks, we are going to have to lay people off. We're going to have to save money in some places so the essential services don't get turned off in other places. That is the reality of the government shutdown that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have foisted upon the administration.
So what did you mean by they're going to be Democrats? He said they're going to be Democrats.
You've laid out
out a lot of the pain and problems that would come with a Democratic shutdown, and yet in the Oval Office yesterday, the president said that a lot of good could come from a shutdown. So square that circle. Which is it, a Democratic-caused crisis or a Republican opportunity for reform?
Well, I think all the president is saying, Phil, is that he wants to make sure the American people's government functions as well as it can, despite the fact that we're in a shutdown. We're going to have to make things work. And that means that we're going to have to triage some certain things. That means certain people are going to have to get laid off. And we're going to try to make sure that the American people suffer as little as possible from this shutdown. That's what the president is saying, is that, yes, this is a bad thing. Obviously, the president is trying to reopen the government, but we're going to make things work as well as we possibly can, given the constraints that we have.
And then on those policy differences for the discussion and the negotiations to come later, during the Biden administration, Democrats...
Look, they saying that they're going to do whatever they can to get it back reopened. Don't fall for these lies, y'all. They the one that closed it. The Republicans one that closed. You know what I mean? That closed the economy. You know what I mean? They are the House of Representatives, y'all. Y'all gotta see it for what y'all got to see it, man. These people got power, and they put it right in our faces. Like, yeah, we can do whatever we want to do, but your power can only last for some time. You know. See, when fire comes on this earth, see, this is the end of them. You know what I mean? Ruling. This is an interview. You know? So a time has approached. See, this is the end that's coming on them. See, these people don't have no heaven waiting for them. Hell is that point in place, I've been saying. See, this will be an interview as a power. When fire comes and destruction comes. This is an end of you running in power. Now let's go.
Twice voted to expand these Affordable Care Act tax credits. But those were supposed to be temporary, and they were slated to expire at the end of the year. As you sort of crack the door open to negotiation at a later date, would the party that ran on defunding Obamacare really negotiate about potentially expanding Obamacare?
Well, Phil, what we've said to the Democrats is that we're willing to have a conversation about how to ensure that Americans continue to have access to health care, and frankly, they should have access to better health care at a lower cost. We inherited a mess of a health care system from the Biden administration. It's why the president has worked so hard on the most favored nation status for prescription drugs. It's why we care so much about lowering the cost of prescriptions and why we're doing everything else. We're willing to have that conversation, but I think it's important to bracket the healthcare policy conversation because it's separate from the government shutdown. We think that we can open the government and then have the conversation about what best healthcare policy to fit the needs of the American people.
Now the question is, when are these people going to open the government? These people are in power. When I look at the House of Representatives, when I look at this GOP, these Republican Party, there are the House of Representatives. They can open this thing up anytime they feel like it. Now, we tired of this game playing. Enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. The more evil, the more wrongdoing, just, you know what I mean? It just speed things up, y'all. You know, that's all I'm saying. It just speed up the process, man. All the wrongdoing they doing, it's going to just speed up, you know what I mean, things up, man. And when the Most High comes, He's not coming to lay out any instructions. He's just not coming for all that. He's coming to destroy. See, when the Lord comes, He comes with thousands of His holy ones. And see, if the Lord had not cut short the days, no human being was surviving. But now we see, for the sake of His elect, He has shortened the time. The time is getting short, y'all. The times that we hear is getting short. And they know this. So they playing with hot fire. You know what I mean? And when they playing with hot fire, they playing with fire that ain't going out. They playing with fire that's not going out. See, this is a chapter from the Holy Quran, fired with fuel. See, you leave your own home, you go to another man's home to start war. See, that's how America is. All the years of troublemaking. Now she comes to try to find peace. They say peace, peace when there's no peace. These are so-called peacemakers. Want all the world to be at peace. They want to go to foreign countries to discuss the issues. After all, we see the years of making trouble. This is not our trouble. See, this is not our fight. This is their fight. Let's go.
People, that's all we're trying to do. That's all we're trying to accomplish. We've got to reopen the government first. Now, Caroline, I don't know how you do this, how you actually choose people, because I don't know 90% of the names in here. Is it just who's the best dressed? Okay, I really like your shirt. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. You are president of the Senate. Can you talk about what you're doing, what the administration is doing to try to get other Senate Democrats to vote to open the government?
Yeah, we're talking to a number of our colleagues, Democratic and Republican, in the Senate. I talked to a number of them last night. The president, of course, is talking to them as well. I think there really are two categories of demands that I've seen privately from congressional Democrats. I think on the one hand, those who are negotiating in good faith are saying, look, we just want to make sure that we're able to have a conversation with the administration about some of the critical needs that we see that need to get fixed over the next few months. We recognize it's kind of absurd, and a lot of them will admit in private that it's kind of absurd to shut down the people's government over these disagreements, but just agree to negotiate with us in good faith on these issues, and of course we're having that conversation with them. Then there's another category, people who say, give us everything we want or we're going to keep the government shut down. We just write those people off because they're not negotiating in good faith. And frankly, we don't need it. We've already got 3 more Democrats last night than I thought we would get. And I think it's because they recognize the illogic of the position of taking the entire American economy hostage because they don't get their policy priorities. So 3 moderate Democrats joined 52 Republicans last night. We need 5 more in order to reopen the government. And that's really where we're going to focus, is how to get those 5 additional Democrats.
Thanks, Mr. Vice President. First 2 questions. Are there plans to meet Democratic leaders again in the coming days, or are you planning on plucking out senators one by one?
So that's the whole question?
No, I got a second question.
Okay, go ahead and ask the second question.
So the president's been posting some images of Leader Jeffries and Senator Schumer.
I saw.
Recently, you've said that you're interested in good faith negotiations with these leaders, but what message does that send? Is it helpful to post pictures of Leader Jeffries in a sombrero if you're trying to have good faith talks with him?
Oh, I think it's funny. The president's joking, and we're having a good time. You can negotiate in good faith while also poking a little bit of fun at some of the absurdities of the Democrats' positions, and even, poking some fun at the absurdity of the Democrats themselves. I mean, I'll tell Hakeem Jeffries right now, I make this solemn promise to you that if you help us reopen the government, the sombrero memes will stop. I talked to the President of the United States about that. Now, to your first question, are we negotiating one-on-one? Are we negotiating in groups? Look.
See, we're American people, y'all. We can see through the lines, man. We tired of this game plan, man. We tired of being lied. We tired of being treated like we dogs. We tired of it, man. We fed up, man. We want America to be first, man. How can America be first if they don't put America first? If they don't put the American people first, man. You see. But this is not our fight. This is not our trouble. They brought the trouble to us when we ain't even caused no trouble. They brought the trouble to us. Y'all have to understand all the mess, the lies. America got to clean up her house, because if a house is divided, that house cannot stand. And if Satan and his kingdom is divided, he cannot stand, because his time has approached. And we all wrapped up in this filth. Just look, man, when it comes to our educational systems, our children ain't promised, man. I told you, I've been telling y'all. Our children is not promised today, y'all. Family is so puzzled as to where to send their, you know what I mean, children for schooling. To say this, y'all, I love you, man. God love you. And we're going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm going to be back shortly. But I thank you guys, you know what I mean, tuning in. Share this video. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. For more updates, please stay subscribed. Thank you guys again. I'm going to be back like I always do. You know, we got to continue to make content. Make sure you guys have a good day. Keep God in your life. And expel the wicked that's amongst you. Romans 12, verse 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by renewing of your mind.